and welcome. This is Whole and Beautiful, and I am Angela Oliphant, your host. I am so glad that you have chosen to join me tonight for a night of information, revelation, and change. It has been an awesome week, a phenomenal week. And it has been that way not because everything has gone my way, but it has been that way because I have chosen to make it that way. We have to make choices in life to make our days great. No matter what is going on in our lives, no matter what has happened, somewhere in you, you have to find that joy. You have to find that strength. You have to find that something on the inside of you that will bring about a joy, that will bring about a peace, that will cause you to want to continue to press forward. And I tell you what, it is not easy all the time to do that. It really is not. Sometimes it is hard to do that. It's hard to stay in the mindset of having everything good and trusting that all is well, even in the midst of chaos, even in the midst of what we go through. Guys, I want you tonight to invite, to like, to share, to start your watch parties tonight. I want you to bring in those friends, bring in those enemies, bring in those people that are part of your family. Tell them that Whole and Beautiful is on and that we are going to have an awesome night tonight. I want to share some things with you. It's going to be sobering thoughts, but it's going to help you. It's going to encourage you. It's going to build you up. And that's what we're here for, is to help build one another up. We want to build each other up. I want to celebrate and appreciate you all for listening in. And I want you to hear what I have to say tonight, because I believe that as I'm speaking this and sharing this with you, it is going to impact your life so much so that it will impact the other people's lives that are attached to yours. So stay with me tonight. I want you to listen in. I want you to comment tonight. I want you to share your comments with me tonight as we are walking through this show tonight. I want you to share, and I want you to share how you're feeling. I want you to share your stories. Just put it down in the comment section. Share with me what you're thinking about this show while it is airing and the things that are being said. And if you have something to say, speak it out and share it, because that's what we're here for. Okay, we are going to take a short Selah moment break, and we're going to be right back. And I'm going to share with you what has been on my heart, and hopefully it will help you too. So go ahead, guys, get ready, get those watch parties started, and let's have an awesome Friday evening. We have a short Selah moment, and we will be right back. Hello and welcome. This is Angela Oliphant, and you're listening to Whole and Beautiful. Yes, I am here tonight, and I am ready to share with you all. I'm ready to just share what has been on my heart. Like I told you before, this week has been an amazing week, and not because so many great things happened, but because I chose to make it that way. And we have to make a choice every day on how we want our life to be. We have to make a choice in every situation and every circumstance that we may face. Life will hand you some things that you are not prepared for sometimes. Some things you're looking for those things to happen. And sometimes you're not looking for certain things to happen at all. And they happen. Life happens. And we have to learn how to embrace it. We have to learn how to walk through it. We have to learn how to encourage ourselves and build ourselves up. We have to learn how to deal with the punches that life may bring to us. Some things may hit you in life and it may hit hard. And we have to learn how to recover from that. And we have to learn how to grow and to move forward from that. And everybody heals at a different pace. Some people will heal quickly. Others, it takes a little bit of time. It's a process in their healing. So it takes a little while longer for them to heal in certain situations and circumstances. But what I'm telling you tonight is don't stay there. Don't stay in that depression. Don't stay in that anger. Don't stay in that state where you have isolated yourself and pulled yourself away from other people. Don't live in that. Yes, we go through the situations and circumstances that we may go through. Those things that may come that are traumatic. Those things that happen that are tragic. But we don't want to live there. There is no life in there in that dark place. So we want to make sure that we allow ourselves to do what we need to do in order to heal. You allow yourself that time to grieve over that situation, over that person, over that circumstance, over whatever it is that you're grieving about. But you can't live there. You can't stay in that place. You have got to come out. And I'm not saying that it happened today and you got to come out tomorrow. But I am saying don't live in that place for the rest of your life. Find the courage to heal. Find the courage to grow. And find the courage to move forward with your life. It is courage that causes us to move forward and to go forward. And we have to allow ourselves to be loved. And we have to love ourselves. You got to love yourself enough to deal with whatever issue it may be, whatever circumstance it may be, so that you can push yourself forward. Because you're not always going to have that team of people encouraging you and yelling for you and clapping for you and saying you're going to make it. Sometimes they are there and sometimes they are not. And when those people are not there and you don't have that team of people that's encouraging you, that's pushing you and saying, yay for you, you have to do it for yourself. You have to speak over yourself. You have to encourage yourself. You have to applaud yourself and celebrate yourself. I'm not saying to be selfish. I'm saying self-care. Take care of you. Make sure that you are well in your spirit, in your soul, in your body. Do those things for yourself and make sure that you are taking care of every part of who you are. It's not an easy task, but we have to do it. Mentally, we need to be stable and we need to be able to move forward. And we can't allow ourselves to stay in those places, those dark places mentally. You can't do it with your physical body. You can't do it socially. Even in your spirit man wants to be free too. So we need to free ourselves. This weekend, I want you to free yourself. I want you to sit down. I want you to write down some things that may have been holding you, or some things that may have been in your life that you say, you know what, I need to get rid of this. I need to let it go. Start releasing it by writing it down and letting it go that way. For me, writing is therapeutic. So when I write and I put things down on paper, it helps me to get it from inside of me, outside of me. And I look back at it and I'll begin to speak to myself the opposite. If it's negative things, I'll begin to speak to myself the opposite. Or it will begin to show me exactly where I am and what I'm thinking about. So I know how to redirect my thoughts. I know how to put my thought life in a better place. If you can understand that, you have to have some light in there. And sometimes when you write it down, you're seeing exactly where you are, and you're able to assess it. You're able to say, okay, yeah, I need to move on from this. I need to grow up. I need to let this go. I need to cry about this last time, and then I need to just release it and let it go. And if that's what you have to do, that's what you have to do. Growth is a process. Life is a process. And we got to walk through it, and we got to walk it out. And that's what I want you all to do. I want you to walk through it. I want you to walk it out. Why? Because you need that growth in your life. You need to be able to live. You need to be able to live your life to the fullest. And you need to have fun. We have been given this life, and we need to live it to the fullest. And whatever the fullest is for you. Some people is traveling. Some people is just having family togetherness and being with your family. Some people it is their career. Their career is them living to the fullest, and they love it. They don't see their career as a task. They see it as a joy. So whatever it is for you, for your life to be fulfilled, because what may do it for me may not do it for you. Some of us is us worshiping God and spending time in his presence and spending time in the word of the Lord. And it's such an awesome time that we have with him, and sitting and listening and praying for other people. We find our fulfillment in that. We find our life in that. And like I said, some people, it's their job, it's their career, it's their family members. Find what you need to find to live your life to the fullest. But I have found that my life outside of Christ is not life at all. It's not life at all. My life is fulfilled in him. And when I invite him into my heart, and I invite him into my life, and I live my life for him, that's where my life is. That's where I feel the fulfillment. That's where I feel the joy. That's where I am the most of who I'll ever be, is in him. And outside of him, I don't feel like I could function or really live without him. Some years ago, I was talking to someone about some things that was going on in my life. And this person turned around and told me, they said, "You're just existing. You're not living." And that thing hurt me to my core. It hurt me to my core. I was like, how can you tell me that? I'm doing all these different things, and how can you tell me that I'm just existing and I'm not living? And I sat down and I began to think about what they were saying. And I was like, are they saying it to be mean to me? Are they saying it because they care about me? And I got to the point where, it didn't really matter anymore. Why? I just sat and said, God, I want to live for you. And I feel like I am doing just that right now, that I'm living for you. So I am going to continue on the route that I'm going. And unless you tell me to go a different way, I'm just going to live for you. And I'm going to do everything possible for you. And I had to release that weight and just let it go. We can't allow what other people say to dictate our lives and to cause us to go in a direction that maybe we don't want to go, or cause us to feel bad about ourselves because of what somebody else said. That's why I say you have to know Christ. Because if you know him and you hear what he has to say about you, it is totally different from what some of these people will say concerning you. But you have to know who you are. You have to know who you are. And you have to celebrate you. A lot of times I tell you to be with somebody who celebrates you, not tolerates you. And that goes for you. You looking at you. Don't just tolerate yourself, celebrate yourself. Celebrate everything about you because there's nobody else like you. There's nobody else that can do what you do. They can't do it exactly like you. They can't look exactly like you. There's always going to be something that's different because you are unique. You are an individual. So you need to begin to applaud and to celebrate yourself and not just tolerate you and live. Live. You need to live. And I speak that to everyone that is listening on tonight. You need to live. Every day, get up, choose to live. Choose to have joy. Choose to rejoice. Choose to do it. And sometimes you may not feel like it, but you know what? We can't live by our feelings. Because one day we may feel like it's a good day. The next day we may feel like it's a not so good day. And we can't live off of our feelings. We have to make a choice. We have to make a choice every day to make it an awesome and amazing day. Why? Because I woke up and I am going to have a great day. My hair may not look like I want it to look, but so what? It's my hair and I'm going to be confident about it and go on about my business. I may not have the outfit that I wanted to wear to this event. But guess what? I do have an outfit to put on. So I'm going to put that on and I'm going to walk in confidence and go forward and do what I need to do. I may not be living the life that I thought that I was going to live. But you know what? I'm yet living and I'm yet going through every single day. And I am still meeting new people. So therefore, you know what? My life is good. I may not have had the graduation that I thought I should have had, or I may not have finished college, or I may not have finished high school, or what happens if that friend that you thought would be with you forever walked away, or maybe they didn't walk away, maybe they passed away. You still got to live. You're still here. What if that marriage that you thought was going to last forever just did not work out? You still have to live. Every day is an opportunity to live. Every moment is an opportunity to live. You can change everything within a day if you choose to. Because if you choose to live, you're saying, you know what? I understand that these things have happened. Yes, I give myself time to grieve. I give myself time to heal. But then I push myself and I speak to myself encouraging words so that I can move forward and I can go forward and I can be who I have been called to be. I will not stop. I will not quit. I will continue to move forward and I will live. That's what we need to do. We need to live. You need to live. You need to realize that you are important. You are important to somebody. I don't care if you know it or if you don't know it. You are. You are important to somebody's life. They're looking at you. They're patterning themselves after you. They're looking at you as the example. You know, I was thinking about a few weeks ago, I thought about some of my cousins and how I looked up to them when I was younger. I thought they were the bomb.com. I thought they were everything. And I was always looking up to them and always wanting to be like them. And when I grow up, I want to be like them. And they weren't a whole lot older than me, but they were older. And I looked at them and I began to share with where I shared with one of my cousins how I felt about them growing up. And I was like, wow, I always looked up to you. I always thought you were the cool one, you know. And it felt good to be able to say that to them because I had been holding it for so long. And I was like, why are you holding it on the inside? Share with them how you felt about them. Because we have those people in our lives that we look up to, and they may not even know that you look up to them, and you may not even know that that person is looking up to you. So make sure that you take every moment to live, that you take moments out of your day to encourage yourself and encourage somebody else, to love yourself and to love somebody else, to be kind to yourself and then turn around and be kind to somebody else. We have to begin to do that. Why? Because we're on this earth together. We're living here together. So why not encourage? Why not love somebody? Why not be kind? We need to be kind. And not just be kind to everybody else. You need to be kind to yourself. Because a lot of us are not kind to ourselves. We don't love ourselves and we don't encourage ourselves. I want that to change. I want you to encourage yourself every day. I want you to love yourself every day. I want you to be kind. Let up off of yourself some. Stop being so harsh to yourself. Treat yourself well because you deserve to be treated well. And remember who you are. Get an affirmation and begin to speak that into your life on a daily basis. Something that will encourage you, something that will push you forward. Sometimes we're waiting on somebody else to come to us and say something to us that's going to encourage us and cause that light bulb to come on so that we're going to push forward and we're going to go forward because we went to that conference or we listened to that speaker or we listened to this motivational person or we turned on the TV or we went on YouTube and we saw this particular person and they spoke this word and it just pushed us forward. No, it doesn't always come that way. Sometimes what has to happen is internally you have to speak encouraging words to yourself because that's where the real encouragement comes. Because if I'm speaking evil about myself and I'm speaking bad things concerning myself and putting myself down, somebody can come in and speak something encouraging and it won't even attach to me because I have built up this wall and built up this stuff, all this negative stuff about myself that I can't even see what they're saying. But if I'm encouraging myself and I'm building myself up and I'm telling myself how good I am, how wonderful I am, how victorious I am, and how lovely I am, and I'm being kind to myself. Not being arrogant, but being kind to myself and loving myself. When somebody else comes in, they speak loving and encouraging words. It attracts to me. It attaches to me. Why? Because I'm already speaking that good thing about myself. And when somebody comes and they speak evil and you're so willingly accepting of that evil, it's because a lot of times we think that way about ourselves. So when we think bad about ourselves and somebody comes and they say something negative or bad towards us, it attaches to us because we in our heart are thinking some of the same things about ourselves. I'm not saying that that's the case all the time, but sometimes that is the case. I want that when those negative words come, that they roll off of me like water off a duck's back. You know, with a duck, and I looked into that, ducks have these oil glands up under their wings, and that's what helps them stay up on the water because you know water and oil doesn't mix, and the oil will stay on top of the water, and that's what helps them stay on top of the water and not sink. And you know what? We need to have the oil of the anointing on us so that we don't sink. We need to have that oil in our lives so that when somebody speaks something negative to you, it rolls right off of you. It doesn't even attach to you. It just rolls right on off of you, and you're able to keep right on moving, right on growing, right on pushing forward. Even in the Bible, it tells us when the enemy came, he couldn't find no place in them. Why? There was no room for him to come in. You need to make sure that there is no room for negative things to come in and settle in your heart and settle in your mind. You need to build yourself up in such a way that when negative comes towards you, it can't find an opening to get into you to distract you. It can't even penetrate any area. And even if it was to get in the small area that may be open, that you have enough of positive in you, enough that you've built up yourself so much, and you've been speaking kind words and encouraging words about yourself to yourself so much that that negative cannot stay. It has got to go. That the light just shines so bright that it dispels all of that darkness. Just like when you walk into a dark room and you turn on the light and the light illuminates the whole room. That's the way those encouraging words that you have on the inside should be. It should dispel all the darkness. It should make it go away. And that's what I want for you all. I want you to walk in the light. I want you to go forward and to move forward and to love yourself and to push forward. And that all even ties in with being, like have been talking about, entrepreneurs, because you can't step into being this great entrepreneur and starting your own business or starting this organization, this thing that you're trying to do, and then have people come in and say negative things about you, and you just, oh, I quit. I just quit. Can't nobody do nothing without somebody speaking negative. Let me tell you, they're going to speak negative. They're going to say some things. Some people may tell other people, well, they ain't going to make it. They can't make it. That ain't going to amount to anything. But you can't allow what they say to get on the inside of you. You can't allow that to get on the inside of you and breed and grow. And you sit there and nurture that negative thing, and then it brings about a negativity in your life. No, you have to dispel the darkness. You have to be built up on the inside, so when they come with the negative words, that they slide right off. It's like you got a shield around you, and the words that are negative are just bouncing off, and that they never penetrate your heart. Because it's not what others say about you, it's what you say about yourself. So what are you saying about yourself tonight? What are you speaking to yourself? You need to speak life to yourself. You need to encourage yourself. You need to be kind to yourself. This weekend, do something for you that's going to encourage you, that's going to build you up. Be kind to yourself this weekend. Be kind. Look in the mirror and love on yourself. Do something for yourself. And it's not necessarily, saying, some people saying, well, I don't have the money. It's not about the money. You can be kind to yourself. You can give yourself the rest that you need this weekend. And say, you know what? You're going to rest this weekend. Or you can say you're going to read that book. You're going to sit down and read a good book and just enjoy the book, because that's something you like to do. For others, it may be exercise. You may say, you know what? I'm going to get out, treat myself well, and go for a nice walk this weekend. Others, it could be sitting outside and just enjoying nature. Whatever that thing is, be kind to yourself. Speak some encouraging words to yourself this weekend. Speak something really nice to you. You may say, I don't have anywhere to go. I don't have anything to do. Dress up. If that's your thing and you love to look nice, dress yourself up. Treat yourself to a meal at your own house. Wine and dine yourself. And have a good time with you. And celebrate who you are. And know that you are important. And know that you matter. And know that you are amazing. That you are an overcomer. That you're more than enough. That you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Think about those things right there. Guys, I am telling you, you got to love on you. You have to. It's good to get love from others. It's good for other people to love on us. It's good for people to encourage us and give us that hug when we need it, or give us that, that a boy or girl, you go girl. You love to hear those things, and you love to hear people speaking to you and encouraging you. But sometimes you have to be your own cheerleader. Sometimes you have to be the one that's encouraging you. And when they come alongside that, you just get even more, gassed up and ready to go. Why? Because you've been encouraging yourself all along. So when they come in and they encourage you, they just put a little bit more gas to the fire, and you like, yes, I'm moving forward. I'm going forward. Sometimes things don't turn out the way that we think in our minds that they should. Sometimes it just doesn't happen that way. And we have to be content with that. I remember somebody speaking that word to me, and they were saying that, Father, I pray for her that whatever state she's in, that she is content. And I didn't understand it then. But boy, do I understand it now. And I am learning to be content at whatever state I'm in. Whether it's up on a mountain, I'm still going to press and move forward. If it's down in a valley, I'm still going to press and move forward. Wherever it is that I am, I'm still going to press, move forward, celebrate me, encourage me, be kind to me, and love on myself. Whether I'm on a mountaintop or in the valley, it doesn't matter, because I am still going to encourage myself. I wanted to share something with you all before we close out this show tonight. And I'm going to take the time and just read it to you. It is a poem, and I love it. I don't have the author of the poem. This was given to me a while back, and I just wanted to share it with you all tonight. So what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to take a short Selah moment. We're going to take a Selah moment right here. And when I come back, I'm going to read this poem to you as we're getting ready to close out the show, because I want you to hear it. So get your friends in there, get everybody in there and tell them, hey, she's coming back with this poem. We all need to hear it, because it's going to encourage us, and it's going to make us think, and it's going to help us grow. So I'm going to give you that opportunity to do that. Take a breather, and we will be right back in just one moment. Hello, hello, hello. I am back. Hi, guys. This is Angela Oliphant, and you're listening to Whole and Beautiful. We just went to a break, and I had told you before the break I wanted to share this poem with you as we're getting ready to close out this show. So I'm going to read this poem to you. I want you to listen carefully, and I want you to allow these words to just be rehearsed in your heart and in your spirit this weekend. It is a poem that is entitled, Just Maybe. Maybe God wanted us to meet the wrong people before meeting the right one, so that when we finally meet the right person, we will know how to be grateful for that gift. Maybe when the door of happiness closes, another opens, but oftentimes we look so long at the closed door that we don't even see the new one which has been opened for us. Maybe it is true that we don't know what we have got until we lose it. But it is also true that we don't know what we have been missing until it arrives. Maybe the happiest of people don't necessarily have the best of everything. They just make the most of everything that comes along their way. Maybe the brightest future will always be based on a forgotten past. After all, you can't go on successfully in life until you let go of your past mistakes, failures, and heartaches. Maybe you should dream what you want to dream. Go where you want to go. Be what you want to be, because you have only one life and one chance to do all the things you dream of and want to do. Maybe there are moments in life when you miss someone, a parent, a spouse, a friend, a child, so much that you just want to pick them from your dreams and hug them for real. Maybe the best kind of friend is the kind you can sit on a porch and swing with, never say a word, and then walk away feeling like it was the best conversation you've ever had. We should all have one. Maybe you should always try to put yourself in others' shoes. If you feel that something could hurt you, it probably will hurt the other person too. Maybe you should do something nice for someone every single day, even if it is simply to leave them alone. Maybe giving someone all your love is never an assurance that they will love you back. Don't expect love in return. Just wait for it to grow in their heart. But if it doesn't, be content that it grew in yours. Maybe happiness waits for all those who cry, all those who hurt, all those who have searched, and all those who have tried, for only they can appreciate the importance of all the people who have touched their lives. Maybe you shouldn't go for looks. They can deceive. Don't go for wealth. Even that fades away. Go for someone who makes you smile, because it takes only a smile to make a dark day seem bright. Find the one that makes your heart smile. Maybe you should hope for enough happiness to make you sweet, enough trials to make you strong, enough sorrow to keep you human, and enough hope to make you happy. And the last maybe, when you were born, you were crying, and everyone around you was smiling. Maybe you should try to live your life so that when you die, you are the one who is smiling and everyone around you is crying. The will of God will never lead us where the grace of God will not keep us. Guys, that poem, Just Maybe, really ministered to me. And I pray that it will minister to you. Because just maybe God wanted you on here tonight to hear just some words from my heart that are going to encourage you and to help you grow. Because in the place where you are, just maybe you're not going to be there forever. Just maybe I'm the light for tonight that is shining in your darkness, that's calling for you to come out. I want you to be encouraged tonight, and I want you to grow and soar and move forward. I thank you so much for being a part of this show on tonight. I thank you for listening. And you can go back and listen to the poem, Just Maybe, because that really ministered to my heart. Listen to the words. You may be able to find it somewhere. I don't have an author of it. When it was given to me, it didn't have the author of the poem on it. It was something given to me to encourage me. And I pray that it has encouraged you on tonight. Because just maybe you are the light in somebody else's world. So you need to shine bright. And you need to take off those sackcloth and ashes and go ahead and shine and praise and celebrate and do your dance, because just maybe it's time to come out. Okay, guys, I thank you so much for joining me tonight. I pray that you will join me again tomorrow at 4 p.m. when this show will re-air, and that you will be able to listen in, share with your friends, and also join me next Friday. It's going to be a blast next Friday, guys. If you don't already know, my book will be out next week. It is coming out on Wednesday of next week. So next Friday is going to be a blast, because we're going to talk a little bit about the book, and we may have some other people on also. But I want you just to enjoy this weekend with your family. Enjoy this weekend with yourself. Have fun with you this weekend, because just maybe it's time. Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I am Angela Oliphant, allowing you to see and know that whole and beautiful is not just your destination, guys. It is also your journey. Join me here next Friday at 7 p.m. I look forward to seeing you here. Have a great weekend. Good night.